Welcome to Recreational Shooting and Hunting. Right, so what we're going to do today, recently I moved over to Peregrine and I'll upload a video regarding their very tight tolerances in manufacturing of their bullets. But today I'm going to do a penetration and expansion test. See, Peregrine states that from 3,000 feet per second up until I think about 1,600 feet per second, their bullets will expand to double caliber. So I'm going to put that to the test. To get a bullet, a monolithic, solid copper bullet, which will do its job, do what it's supposed to, at almost point blank, since my 270 Winchester is sending this 132 grain hunting bullet at just over 3,000 feet per second. So I'm going to do a test at 2 yards. You shouldn't ever get an animal closer than 2 yards. And I'm going to do one at 400 yards. Since 400 yards is, according to me, the farthest ethical distance to actually hunt and shoot an animal. So if my bullet can do its job from point blank, almost point blank, all the way up to 400 yards, I'll be a happy man. So what I've got here is I've got some paper, old papers, and now I know this aren't the best medium to do expansion tests in, but I just need something to catch the bullet. So what I did was, I did it like this. This is 5 stacks of 100 millimeters of standard A4 paper. And I'm going to go to the range and we're going to take shots. I'm going to start off at 400 yards, take a 2-yard shot, and we'll see how it goes from there. Right, so welcome back. We've just been to the range and you'll see I took 2 shots on 400 yards. At 400 yards I couldn't see the impact holes on this, so I took 2 shots just to make sure that we actually hit it, and then before returning I took a 2-yard shot. That's the point blank one. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start cutting open this pack and let's see how far we've penetrated this. It should, right, there we go, through the first stack. All 3 went right through the first stack. If I turn like this, that's a 2-yard, and those are the 2 furthest ones. You can see here this one has much more velocity, impact velocity at this stage. I'll just check my Strelok and I'll put up on the video the approximate impact velocity at 400, and we'll see how it turned up. Let's just get this one out of the way. Let's cut through the second one, see whether we reached all the way through this one. Let's have a look. And no, caught. Didn't even go through the second stack. So all 3 bullets are in here somewhere. And let's see if we can find them. And then we'll go and we'll weigh them. These are 132 grain hunting bullets. So all 3 of them should be in here. I can actually feel a little bump here from the 2-yard one. So I think this almost made it through. But this is of course much denser than an animal will ever be. So we shouldn't have a problem. See if we can find it. There's our holes. Should all be in here. Let's cut this in half. Let's aim for the half and see where we end up finding these bullets. Alright, so let's have a look here. Right, so obviously if you look at it like this, that's our 2-yard one. It still went through. Nothing at the bottom here. So let's see if we can find those bullets. There we go. See the first one and the second one. Both of them. Oh, they mushroomed. Went through quite a lot. Right. So here's the bottom one. There's the bottom bullet. I'll give you a close-up picture, but it looks exactly as Peregrine's pictures on their website. So that's a good sign. That's the first 400 yard one. Little bit of copper lying around. The other one actually tumbled into the paper. I'm going to pick it up like this. I don't know if you can see this. It's actually lying horizontal. This one came out exactly vertical like this, or straight, let's call it straight like this. And this one actually turned sideways, but I must say they look very, very similar in expansion wise. I'll give you some close-up shots on the scale when I measure them, see how they fared. Right, so those are the two long-range ones. And now let's continue our search to get the 2-yard one. It obviously penetrated much more close range, and I'm really looking forward to see how this fared, because I've shot other bullets before. I'm not going to mention which types of bullets, or which manufacturers, but I've shot other bullets before and they completely disintegrated in animals at short range in such a manner that one Impala ram couldn't be recovered due to the fact that the bullet just disintegrated on the skin and never made enough damage to actually damage the vitals. But that same bullet performed exceptionally well on a black wildebeest at about 300 yards. So I want a bullet that can do its job on all distances. That's the aim here. Right, I know it's at the back. I actually remember feeling the bump. Let's have a look here. We're almost at the back here. Should be close to it now. There we go. There's the bullet. Here we are. And will you look at that? Exceptional. This bullet at point blank range. The structural integrity here, impressive. If I put them side by side, you will almost think they were shot from the same distance. Well, let's go and I'll measure we'll measure the expansion. I don't think we went double caliber here. No, we didn't. Can't see that. Well, close. I want to see the weight retention. That's the aim. Let's go and weigh them, measure them, and compare them to unloaded bullets. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so let's do our comparison. So just to start out with, the original bullet was 7 millimeters or 0.277 inches for the 270 Winchester, and it weighs in at 131.9 grains. Let's round that off to 132 grains as per manufacturer information. There we go. Just get the focus. There we go. VLR 4, 132 grain, 277 from Peregrine bullets. So let's compare the first 400 yard bullet. If we measure the bullet expansion on the widest, let's do the widest part. It's 12 millimeters, and it weighs in at 121.9 grains. So let's make that 122. Let's round it off, and there you can see what a nice mushroom. Second bullet, 400 yard bullet. Let's measure on the widest part. It's 11 millimeters, and it comes in at 123.6. So if you round that off, let's go to 124 grains. And then last, the 2 yard shot. Now the 2 yard shot, much shorter bullet at the end, on the widest part 10.5 millimeters, so almost the same expansion as our second bullet. And if you can compare them, you will note it's a little bit shorter, and there's the tops. So if you weigh the 2 yard shot put it up there. 122.5, and we can round it off to 123. So interesting data indeed. If you compare the three bullets, not very much between them weight wise, and not very much between them diameter expansion wise. So I'd say well done, Peregrine. Almost similar results at 2 yards and 400 yards. And I believe we can conclude anywhere in between should yield the same result. Hopefully one of these days we can test one of these bullets for vital shot. If we can retrieve the bullet, we can compare real life results. Now thank you for watching.